This is Sean Hansen, and this is my persuasive speech. So, at this moment in time, how are you feeling? How's your health? Are you sleeping okay? Do you have the energy to get through the day? Do you feel out of breath at times? What's your energy level? Our health and nutrition is very important in our lives. Most of those questions your doctor's going to ask you. The reason being, as I said, health and nutrition is important. And right now, the world is suffering from obesity and other bad things that are coming because of our lack of awareness towards our health and nutrition. Currently today, there are millions of adults and children in America suffering from the results of obesity. This doesn't need to be the case. Now, for myself, health and nutrition is very important in my life. My younger years, I was overweight most of the time, and I struggled with the way I viewed myself and my relationship with food and health and nutrition as a result of that. It was something that really affected my relationships with other people and the way I looked at myself, most importantly. Sometimes it was hard to live with myself. But as I started to study health and nutrition, as I met with nutritionists, as I met with coaches, and those that were able to enlighten me and teach me about the subject, I was able to establish a better relationship with food and my body. And I felt better. And as a result of that, I feel good. I'm where I want to be. Now, America needs to make this change as well. We want to get there. Right now, the things that I'm going to go through is that right now, America is struggling with obesity, and that this health scare is bringing us to worse places. But this does not need to be the case. Even though this obesity is affecting children and adults, this can be overcome as we focus more on health and nutrition. As we focus on eating healthier, we feel better. So I'm going to cover how we can get to where we want to be, what are some ways that we can improve our health, and also what the effects of improving the way we eat and the way we progress our activity, how those things can actually benefit us. Health and nutrition, it can say, oh, we like to look good, but in the end, it's what is it going to do for you? What is it going to do for me? Now, despite all these things, America is not in a healthy place, and it's hurting us. And unfortunately, it's starting to hurt the children of America. In a 2007 Youth Risk Behavioral Survey done in the United States, it was shown that 35% of the children that they had in the survey watched television for three or more hours every single day on a typical school day. That's a lot of time being spent watching TV. But adding on to that, 65% of the children in the survey had not met the recommended levels of physical activity during the past week. This is starting to hurt the children, our future generations, the people that are going to be taking care of us. We've got to do something about it. Furthermore, the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey estimates that 1/3 of all children right now are struggling with obesity. And that, unfortunately, this number is going to continue to rise if we are not actively trying to take care of this problem. Now, as obesity rates go up, the rates of internal and external disorders among younger children also grow. It is shown that children with obesity have higher rates of depression, bipolar disorder, and other disorders that are hurting them in their lives and that are going to continue to affect them throughout the rest of their lives. Why are we letting this happen? Now, this isn't only affecting the children, but it's affecting us, the adults of America as well, the people putting in the work to keep this country together. According to North Dakota State University, obesity is the fastest growing disease. Out of all the diseases that are out there, the fastest growing disease is one that we can avoid by the choices we make every day and as we educate ourselves in health and nutrition. Further, the CDC says that the prevalence of obesity from 2017 to 2018 jumped 10%, from just over 30% prevalence to 40%. In 1 year, the prevalence jumped 10%. That's huge in 1 year. Where previously it hadn't even jumped 10% in 20 years. Why is this happening? It's because we are not looking after our bodies. We are not looking over our health. Now, the CDC says that obesity won't only lead to type 2 diabetes, but it's also starting to lead to cancer as well. These are health scares that nobody needs and that we'd never wish on anyone. But why are we avoiding the steps to keep it away from ourselves and the ones we love? According to the Institute of Health at the UKK, 30 minutes of exercise every day is considered healthy. That seems pretty simple. 30 minutes of exercise a day is considered healthy. Now, to some people that might sound like a lot. On further questioning of what they considered that intensity, what that intensity of that 30 minutes needed to be, they said it could be as simple as just a brisk walk. A brisk walk for 30 minutes? I think we can handle that. It's not asking you to blow yourself out, sweating like a dog, and be completely out of breath at the end of a really hard, intense workout. It's saying at the very least, go for a brisk walk for 30 minutes. This has been shown to improve our health. Now, the University of Kentucky went on to say that now, as good as it is to make sure we're exercising and to make sure we're eating a healthy diet, if the two aren't put together, we're missing out on a lot of the benefits that both bring. If we want to optimize our lives, if we want to be able to use our bodies to the fullest, to be happier, to be able to function the best we can, we must put our health and nutrition together. So, how can we do that? Starting out, one of the best ways that we can improve our nutrition, starting with simple, small steps. E.C. Sinkowski, the founder of Optimize Me Nutrition, also a very well-renowned nutritionist among the CrossFit space, has come out with a challenge that she found through doing her college thesis. This challenge is called the 800-gram challenge. The 800-gram challenge encourages individuals to bring more vegetables and fruit into their life. It encourages people to add things to their diet, not subtract. And that as you add 800 grams of fruit or vegetables, our nutrition starts to progress. And the studies have shown, what she has said, is that as people start increasing their intake of fruits and vegetables, they start to curb their hunger, their wants for unhealthy food. It's simple. Not asking you to stay away from things, but actually to add things to your diet. It's simple. We can do it. Now, as we start to bring in this health and nutrition into our lives, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says that as we increase this fitness will decrease risk of depression. It will improve our sleep and even relieve stress. We all want to be happy. We want the stress relieved. It's simple. Right now, we live in a growing society, but unfortunately, it's growing in the wrong direction. America is suffering from obesity. It's suffering from health scares that we do not need, that are being brought on by our ignorance to our own bodies. But as we start to eat healthier, as we start to put exercise into our lives, we reduce the risks of cancer, of depression, and of so many other things that we don't want in our lives. So, let's eat healthy. Let's exercise. How hard can it be?